Hello guys, the DB Grinder here, back at it again with another video. In this video, I'm going to be going over some Flundereeze things, but before we hop in, I'm going to be doing a giveaway for this custom Flundereeze mat. All you have to do to enter this is like the video, subscribe, and comment anything down below, and you will be entered in to win this custom mat. And with that being said, let's just hop right into the video. Okay, so now hopping into the deck profile, this is an example deck profile that I have. So hopping right into it, we have 3 Robin, 3 Eagle, 2 Toucan, and 1 Stretch, and 1 Empen. These are like all the Flundereeze monsters that are in the deck. I did cut Gold Sark. I was playing that card for a little while, but I was having the problem of not having a level 1 for map, which is a huge problem. You don't want to see map and not a level 1 because like map plus level 1 is how you play through like hand traps and set up like very good end boards. And then we have like 3 map, 1 terraforming, playing 4 of this card is the best card in the deck. And then called by, protect yourself from hand traps, 1 unknown wind. This card's actually like really good. You don't even have to like tribute a monster with this. You can tribute like their back row to summon this, which is like insane. It's like a really cool card. And then it can also like help you like unbrick by shuffling back or by putting back to the bottom and then drawing. And then 3 cross out, protect yourself from hand traps. This could also be Book of Moon depending on how the format shapes. I'm going to keep saying that like every time I talk about like a post-bode deck profile or anything post-bode, I'm going to always say depends on how the format shapes, depending if this stuff will actually be good or not. A lot of stuff will end up changing within like the next month when bode comes out, so a lot of the defensive cards could end up changing. And then 3 prosperity, 3 duality. Super standard. These cards are very good in this deck. You're not special summoning anyways for like duality. And then yeah, going on, we have 1 City of Dreams. Need to play this card. The counter trap is not needed, but this card definitely needed. This card's insane. And then 1 Rise of Monarch, and then 1 Barrier Statue. There are a lot of people that are also playing another big monster. They either play like a second Empen, a second Monarch, an Apex Avian. I think if I was to play another big monster, it'd be Apex Avian. You don't need multiple Monarch. With the Monarch, you can actually bounce itself back to hand for more follow-up, and this you can recycle it with these. And then we have 3 D-Shifter, crazy card, 3 Gamma, 1 Mystic Mind, 1 Ash, 1 Imperm, 1 Veiler, 1 Droll. I know a lot of people are going to hate on this card, but it's just a pretty good card in this deck. You're playing like prosperities, dualities, terraformings. These cards can like dig for this. I really like the hard, like the cards that are like able to be like drawn into going second, like the Imperm and Mystic Mind. They're like really good in this kind of deck. And then you're just playing these 1-ofs. They're for cross out. Droll can also, like the reason why you're playing this, it may not seem like Droll's like super crazy against this deck, but it can actually affect a lot of hands like pretty hard. Like crazy enough, sometimes dropping Droll is just like a turn stopper against this deck. You're just like, oh, okay, pass, and it's tough. And then Gamma's a really good cross out target. Like all the cards that really hurt this deck, you're able to cross out. 3 Shifter, extremely good in the deck. And then going on to the side deck does look a little bit funky. Usually how you build a deck, like building your main deck and side deck, what most people do is they build their main deck and then they build their side deck, but that's really bad. You're supposed to build your main deck and side deck together in one, so that way, like, against a certain matchup, you know what 5 cards you're taking out, you know what 5 cards you're putting in, so that way you can do that. Like, you don't want to be side decking like 3 Nib, and then against like any meta matchup, you're never siding in all 3, you're only siding in 2, because why are you side decking 3 then? You should only side deck 2 of them, and have another extra spot for something else, like maybe some rogue decks. But yeah, going over the side deck, we have 1 Token Collector, 1 Lancia, 2 Droll, 3 Judgment, 1 D5, 1 Macro, 1 Storm, 1 Harpies, 1 dotKuro, 1 Ash, and 2 Imperm. I know it looks very weird with all the 1-ofs. These, you side in 5 going first most of the time, and then you could also put in Lancia, because Lancia is pretty good against this deck. They can make us that way, like all these go to graveyard, turn off your map, turn off your prosperity. They just drop this during the standby phase, and it's really tough. Also, like turns off your cross out too. And then Droll and Lockbird, pretty good versus the combo decks. And then yeah, just like other hand traps. But these could end up changing. You could end up playing stuff like Nib, depending on like how Dragon Link is built. Like if they're playing like the Anaconda and Hero stuff, you might end up wanting to change how you build your deck against that. Because like once they play the Anaconda Hero stuff, then stuff like Droll and Lockbird just becomes way worse than it would be if they're not playing that. And then going on to the extra deck. Extra deck is very free. So you have 3 Maximus targets if your opponent drops it. You have Omega, Elder, and Skull Knight. And then also for your Gamma, if you get to drop it on your own turn, which usually you don't do because then you can't like Flundereeze effects. But if you activate Prosperity, and let's say you activate this, banish 6, and your opponent chains Ash Blossom on it, and you just have no plays at that point, and you have Gamma, you may as well just Gamma, and then you can like summon Omega, and then at least like you're getting like some good value there. Or you could just hold this depending on like what you have, but like the extra deck is so free that like you just have you just play it. It's like Maximus target too, and then Scrap Dragon for going second. You can drop Gamma and then summon this and like pop stuff. And then we have 1 Assembled, 1 Bird, 1 Lycaris, 1 Downer, 1 Zeus, Link Karibo, Anima. This card is here. You want to be able to link away statue. Like linking with this deck like just almost never comes up. The extra deck is almost just never used. And then Nightmare Phoenix, the Unicorn, access code. Extra deck's pretty free. You can also play pretty much whatever you want. I would definitely suggest playing like the little Zeus package though. I think that's pretty needed. Link Karibo is pretty good. You can like summon this and then like the turn after go ahead and like summon out your Flundereeze and start playing again. Again, like it barely ever comes up, but it's definitely worth running. I'd say the same about like a lot of this. You play like a completely different extra deck if you're playing like Extravagance, and then you can go ahead and play like multiples of the good stuff. But I also think having like the Maximus targets is pretty good, just in case like if they hit you with Maximus. You could even like play stuff like Reaper in the side deck and then have like a Ghost Reaper and Winter Cherry side deck built, so that way you can go ahead and hit that kind of thing. But that is going to be it for the deck profile. Now hopping into the next thing, to Flundereeze, things to remember, and let's just get started. So first of all, you can go ahead and activate Crossout, and you can banish a Flundereeze, and then go ahead and normal summon out something like Toucan, and then go ahead and add it back. Also, if your opponent doesn't play, you can set Crossout, and during their end phase, you can Crossout, banish Robin, and then next turn do your Flundereeze combos. So go ahead and do that. You want to remember that this card does negate the Robin, so that you can't like activate the banished effect to add itself back or even activate its effect on field this turn. Well, it's not actually going to do anything. You can activate it, but it's going to be negated, so you can still chain block with it if you want to. Now going on to the second thing to remember, we have Map and Robin, and then go ahead and activate Map, reveal any Flundereeze, and then remember that this does not have to banish a monster. It can banish any Flundereeze card from the deck with a different name. So you definitely want to remember that, so that way you can get access to these kind of cards. Even if you have no Empen, you can go ahead and like search these in alternative ways. Definitely something that you want to remember. Now going on to the next thing, you're going to tribute summon out Empen. City of Dreams, go ahead and tribute summon this out, and then you want to remember that you can activate the City of Dreams graveyard effect to go ahead and flip their monsters face down. Now going on to the next thing, we're going to go over what the Mega Monarch does, since this card gets messed up a lot. So remembering all of what this card does, a shout out to Pass Grinder for writing this out, can be confusing the first time you read it. When you tribute, you can target one card and one card in the field, and those two will go into the top of the deck in any order you choose. Then if you tributed a win, you can target a card in the field and return it to hand. This all happens in like one chain, by the way. So yeah, you want to do like all your targets, but this is what the card does. Thought I should just go over that since a lot of people mess this card up. Now going on to the next thing to remember, going over Empen and how this card does multiple things. This card can normal summon any monster for its extra normal summon. So if you're playing like the Dogmatica package, you can summon out the Ecclesia off of the Empen. Big, it's something you definitely want to know. It's not just a wing beast. that it can extra summon out. This also makes it so that where your opponent can't activate the effects of special summon monsters in attack position, they can still activate stuff in defense. That is actually how you play around this. You can like Fusion Destiny summon out in defense. And then if Empen battles, you can banish one card from your hand, and then your opponent's monsters attack and defense becomes half for the turn. So it makes it harder to actually like out this card. A lot of people have to like play defensive, and then this card usually can like keep you alive for a turn. Now going on to the next things to remember, we have Robin and how this card does not have to search a Flundereeze. It can search any wing beast level 4 or lower, so you can actually go ahead and search out something like dotKuro. So depending on how future formats shape, if there's like graveyard reliant decks, you can go ahead and just search stuff like dotKuro, and that'll be pretty good for your deck. Now going on to the next thing, we are going to have Flundereeze versus negates. So it says if Flundereeze are negated, they still get banished when destroyed. Example, if Skill Drain is face up on the field and they attack over, it still gets banished. Now going on to the next things to remember, the Flundereeze have restrictions. You cannot special summon the turn you activate these effects. That's something huge you want to remember. You cannot nib, you cannot gamma, token collector, phantasme. There's all good examples that people commonly forget. And then it's the same as like Estrex plays. You can't like activate your effects and then go for like a Zeus play. Now going on to the next things to remember, we have this one and one last one. So you're gonna normal summon out Robin, and then activate the effect. The opponent chains Imperm there, and then you go ahead and you chain Book of Moon. You're gonna add Eagle, summon it, effect, go search. This is like a common line of play. The Flundereeze, they have to be face up on the field to be banished when they leave. So if they're set by something like a Book of Moon, they go to the graveyard. Now going on to the last things to remember, we're going to have the Mega Monarch summon itself out. Obviously there has to be like cards for you to target with this and everything, but you want to know that the Monarch can bounce itself to hand for follow-up. Something big to know. If you pop off on your opponent's turn, you can just go, okay, Monarch, bounce itself to hand. I'm feeling confident here. You want to have like good follow-ups. Like these give you good follow-ups, but if you don't have like a big monster left in the deck, then it can make it kind of weird, because then on the following turn, if your opponent has a way to negate something like a stretch to like banish Empen from the graveyard, then your turn can be like very awkward and not very good. So you want to make sure that you like reuse your resources as much as possible. Now that is going to be it for the things to remember. Now going on to the next thing. Okay, so now we are going to hop into some Flundereeze combos. These are just 4 like staple combos that you should know if you're playing the deck. So starting off, we're gonna have just one Robin. Go ahead, summon that out, search Eagle, and then summon Eagle, effect, go search Empen, and then tribute those off, summon out Empen, and then you're going to be getting effects there. You can go ahead and chain block, add these back, and then go search out the City of Dreams, and then you can set and pass. Also, you don't have to add both of these back. You can add back one if you want to, and then on their turn you can activate City of Dreams. So that way when you like normal summon out, let's say you keep Eagle banished, you can normal summon Robin, and then you can chain block, and you can go ahead and make it so that way you can't get like ashed on this Robin effect. But on their turn you can go ahead and summon out, and then effect, go search, and then extra summon, go search something like the Monarch, and then tribute those for the Monarch, and then you can get like many effects here. You can get City of Dreams, these effects can trigger, the Monarch can trigger, depending on what they have. And then next turn you can like toucan the add back trap. So it's just like a combo that you can do. So now going on to the next combo, we have Map plus Robin. Go ahead and activate Map, reveal Robin, and then go banish Eagle, summon, and then you're going to get these effects. So go ahead, Robin 1, Eagle 2, add back, go search out the statue off of Robin, and then normal summon that out. You want to normal summon statue before normal summoning out your Eagle, and the reason for this is now you are playing around Gamma. Because like they're not going to Gamma your banished Eagle effect most of the time. you know, if they're going to ban, if they're going to gamma the Eagle effect when it's banished, then instead of searching this, you could just go search out Eagle and then summon it anyways and just do like your regular combo. And then Eagle, go search Empin, tribute those, summon, and then you're going to get those effects here. Add back, and then you can go search. Definitely not worth searching this. I just put this in the video as like an example of what you can search. But you pretty much always want to go ahead and grab City of Dreams. And then on their turn, you can map summon out, you can City of Dreams summon out, you can Monarch spin their normal summons, that way statue stays protected. And now going on to the next combo, we have map plus Eagle. And they're going to go ahead, activate map, reveal Eagle, banish Robin, summon, and then get those effects. So add back and go search. Go ahead, search out Empin, then normal summon Robin, Robin effect, add the barrier statue, then you could tribute summon for this, and then get the effects, go grab back, and then go grab that, then normal summon. You also could normal summon this, and then go ahead and summon this out. You don't have to do it in this way, you can do it like the other way too, like the Robin goes search statue, normal summon out the statue, and then you still have your regular normal summon because all you've used is your extra normal summon there. So then you can like regular normal summon out Empin if you want to. And then on their turn, go ahead and play with the map or the City of Dreams. Now going on to the fourth combo, we have map plus a random bird that does not have an effect. So just like pretty much like Ostrich here, and then go ahead activate map, go ahead banish Robin, normal summon, and then Robin effect add itself back, and then go ahead and use your regular normal summon here to go search Eagle, and then summon Eagle effect to go search Empin, and then you're going to tribute off, summon out Empin, and then you can chain block here too. So go ahead add back, and then go search off at Empin, go search the City of Dreams, and then set and pass turn. Say, let's assume they did not normal summon, but they special summon. And then you can go ahead and summon out Eagle. Eagle effect to go search, Robin add back. So add back, go grab Monarch. Now you could Monarch to play around Ash or Robin and then do Monarch. You could like normal summon and then go search something and then go ahead and tribute for Monarch. But that would be playing in the Ash Blossom there. But yeah, the deck's like combos aren't really too hard to get a hold of. Honestly, just like watching this little combo guide pretty much gives you like all that this deck is like ever going to do. Like the deck isn't like a huge combo deck. It's a pretty easy deck to learn when it comes to like playing against it of what they're trying to do. But now we are going to hop into the section of how to hand trap this deck. So let's hop into that. Okay, so now we are going to talk about how to hand trap the Flundereeze deck. So I have some standard hand traps out here, and then just like standard like Flundereeze stuff. And then I said, assuming they don't have map, you simply negate the Eagle or Robin, whichever one they summon first. Like if they go ahead and start their turn with normal summon Robin and they don't map, then you would want to Imperm, Gamma, Valor, or Ash that and just shut that down. With Eagle, if they just start their turn with like normal summon out Eagle, you don't actually have to like stop that. You can let them go search out like an Empin, and then because like even if they go ahead and like search Empin, they then have to like normal summon out something like a Robin to be able to keep going. Or if they have a card in graveyard, they can summon Ostrich and effect on that, and then you could imperm that and force them to use more cards from their hand. So that is something you should know if they don't start with map. But pretty much if they don't start with map, then their deck just like loses the one hand trap most of the time. So I didn't really want to like spend too much time talking about that. And then they're going to go ahead and like map effect, just setting up like a super standard play that they do. Then I'm going to start giving examples on where you can hand trap. So they're going to go ahead, search, normal summon, and then go ahead and do their regular normal summon on this effect. And now this is an example of what turn 1 is. You can drop draw when they first search. So like when the Robin searches, you want to go ahead and drop Droll and Lockbird there. Obviously, just dropping Droll ASAP, pretty standard against like most decks. Use Gamma on Eagle effect if not chain blocked. But like right here, you can't do that because of something like Statue. So if it is chain blocked, well, to be honest, you're just out of luck. I'm saying this here because a lot of people don't actually set up Statue by the time, like, they'll search Statue and then normal summon out Eagle, which is why I wanted to bring this up here. If they don't summon out the Statue yet, which 50% of your opponents won't do, guaranteed, I don't know why a lot of people aren't doing this, probably like 75% won't actually, then you want to Gamma and hit the Eagle, so that way they can't go search a big monster. But the thing about Gamma against this deck is if they do open up the map, then there's just not a lot of good times to go ahead and drop Gamma on them. To be honest, because like they can just chain block a lot of stuff. But something that you can do if you want to is if they go ahead and activate map, reveal, banish Eagle, and then they're going to summon Robin 1, Eagle 2, you could activate Gamma on the Eagle effect in the banish pile, so that way the Robin has to go search Eagle, so that way they're just not setting up Statue right away. It's not like the greatest thing ever, but you know, you may as well use Gamma before you can't. Then you can tell if they're setting everything up. It depends on the situation, so please learn how to play versus the deck and not just watch the video. Yes, I wanted to actually talk about this a little bit more in depth. I usually don't like making videos like this just because people will strictly follow what they see in the video because like they trust me in what I say, but this isn't like 100% correct. Yu-Gi-Oh is a very complex game. You're put in a lot of situations that are not normal situations. So you want to learn how to actually like play against this deck. You should read these cards. You should watch a video of how to play against this deck, which you are right now. Go ahead and actually play against this deck. Play test versus it a little bit. And honestly, guaranteed 5 matches in, you'll know exactly what to stop most of the time. And then, said, you want to Ash Eagle effect. Yeah, for engine-wise, I would say, like, Eagle is a pretty good Ash spot. Because, like, obviously, like, the Robin is chain blocked there. Again, like, if they just start off with normal summon Robin, no map, you just Ash that. But, since this is chain blocked, you can't stop that. So you want to Ash and hit the Eagle effect. Something else I'll talk about that, like, the end of the hand trap stuff. And then also, you'd want to Imperm and also Valor this. And in these kind of scenarios, Eagle is like the prime card that you want to hit. Imperm and Valor could also hit Robin, because even though like it's chain blocked, it doesn't chain block versus Imperm or Valor like it does with this. So you could hit this to stop Statue from coming out, but they'll just go for like regular combo and still set up like Empin and Trap and all that. So again, it really depends on like what deck you're playing and what scenario you have in your hand, like what you're okay with playing versus and what you want to hand trap. But you have to realize, if you stop Robin, they're going for normal Flundereeze combo without Statue. If you Imperm Eagle, then they're setting this up with a Statue on board. So see what you can be. If your hand is all like quick launches and like chaos space and stuff, then maybe you should probably negate Robin so that way they don't get to this. Or even just like if you have Valor, go ahead and negate Robin so that way they don't get to this. Otherwise, you know, like you don't really need to stop Eagle because you would just simply lose to Statue. So it really depends on what your hand is. Eagle is the key card. Smack it like the dumb bird it is. Whoa. So now that we're past that. Yeah, going over Lancia versus this deck. So how you can Lancia versus this deck. You can Lancia on map effect or when they're going for a tribute summon. Personally, I think that you could just like drop this like during draw phase or standby phase, just to also stop Prosperity. And then like, you know, you're playing a combo deck, you drop Lancia, your opponent's like just not playing most of the time, and then you just like end the game. It's like pretty easy. The Flundereeze going to graveyard instead of banished is huge. GG's bot. Whoa. Alright, fair enough. Wow, it's really mad making this, huh? But yeah, I wanted to talk about Lancia and Ash Blossom a little bit more in depth because these were just talking about like how to stop like the engine with these hand traps. Now I think Ash and Lancia, if the opponent starts off with something like a Prosperity Banish 6, I think that's a good Ash target. If they start off with Duality, I don't think that's a very solid Ash target. I would rather hold it in that kind of scenario. But Prosperity, I would Ash. And then Lancia, just drop during the standby phase. I think it's a pretty good time to drop it. It's still going to turn off like all the stuff that it would turn off anyways, but it also turns off Prosperity then. Also, like how should I word this? So like, it could be a little bit different if you go ahead and wait for them to like normal summon Robin effect, go search Eagle, and then summon it effect, and then you chain Lancia, because then like they've gone through a lot of cards, so now you've like forced your opponent to go through a lot. So if you're not playing like a combo deck and you're playing like more of a control deck, it might just not be worth using Lancia during like the standby phase, and instead holding Lancia for a spot like this where they go ahead and Eagle effect and you chain Lancia, so that way if they decide to tribute and play their deck, their stuff goes to the graveyard. So that way like you don't have to like deal with as much stuff. Because like the way you play a control deck and a combo deck, completely different versus this deck. But yeah, I mean, I think you should always be playing combo. I mean, combo is superior, but yeah, just like something I wanted to talk about there at the end with like the Lancia and Ash. But that's really all I have to talk about. That is going to be it for the video. If you want to enter the giveaway I talked about at the very beginning, then make sure to go ahead, like the video, subscribe, and comment anything down below. Also, the watermarks on the mat will be taken off when they are shipped out. It's also going to be on a cloth mat this time. Usually when I was doing my giveaways before, they were on rubber, but this is going to be on a cloth mat. Wanted to make it like super nice. This is actually like a really expensive mat when you add it all up. It's like a $300 mat. But I appreciate everyone that has been using my affiliate links and my discount codes and buying the merch. All the money I've been making off of that has been going directly back into the channel through giveaways, and this is a big giveaway that I'm doing. I did also want to do a Sword Soul mat before even this video, but sadly the person I was talking to about the mat ended up just messing me over, and yeah, the mat was supposed to be done over a week ago. The mat never got done, so I had to cancel the order. Pretty much just like wasted 3 weeks. Unfortunate, but I will be making a video like this for Sword Soul coming up, and also I'm going to be making one for Dragon Link 2 post-bode, so you can be expecting those coming soon. The Sword Soul one should be coming in like the next couple days, and the Dragon Link one will probably be within like a week of now. I know a lot of people have been asking for the Dragon Link one ever since I talked about it like one time on the channel. I have a whole bunch of people commenting about it, so those videos will be coming very soon. I appreciate everyone for all the support. If you like this kind of video, comment down below and let me know. These videos did take a lot of work compared to the normal video. Had to put in a lot of time just to like grab the replays for all this kind of thing. Also, I just wanted to say this. I've only tested about like 15 hours with the Flundereeze decks, so I'm not any like master with the deck or anything. I think I can play it rather well, but if I missed anything or did a combo bad, then go ahead and like comment it down below, and or if you have any like cool combos you want to tell me, comment down below, so that way this can be a learning experience for not just the people watching but also me. Obviously, like the combos I showed off in the video could be like done a little bit different depending on the scenarios, but these combos are not like set in stone. That's why these videos like these, they feel weird to make for me as like a competitive player, because I feel like they're a little bit weird videos, but a lot of people have been seeming to want them, so I'm gonna make them. But remember, play the deck yourself and actually learn the deck. Don't just copy YouTube combo and paste into your match. Actually learn what you're doing and why you're doing it. Just because you win a match doesn't mean you're getting better. It's more important to get better at the game than it is to win. Quote that. And with that being said, the DB Grinder signing off. Peace. Have a nice day. Stay safe.